Hello there, how you doing? Joe here, and welcome to another episode of Make It Happen Monday. And today we are talking about whether you should use your personal name or a business or brand name for your lifestyle business. And the reason we're discussing this is because this is something I've been pondering for a while now in my own business, and have actually recently decided that I am changing from Joe Barnes Online to Your Lifestyle Business. Now, I actually have made a separate video about that, which is below this video, so you can go and have a look at that to see the reasons why I've chosen to change, and I'm super excited about it, by the way. And you'll probably see some changes around the site and stuff that say Your Lifestyle Business. But what I want to talk about are the pros and cons of each choice, yeah? And for that, I roped in my good friend Lauren Clement from The Ultimate Business Propeller. Lauren is a personal branding expert, so I apologise that this video is a little bit long, but this is literally an excerpt of her and I having a good old discussion on the pros and cons of whether you should use a personal name or a business name for your brand. I hope that it is of value to you, it all makes sense, and inspires you to get your lifestyle business off the ground. Pros and cons of a personal brand versus a business brand. So, who's the odd one out? Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, or Walt Disney? And the answer is Walt Disney, because he's the only one that branded his business around himself, yeah? All the other guys built businesses and chose brand names. Come a bit more contemporary, who's the odd one out? And you've got Michael Stelzner, Pat Flynn, Ryan Deiss, Gary Vaynerchuk. So Mike Stelzner is Social Media Examiner, Pat Flynn is Smart Passive Income, Ryan Deiss is Digital Marketer, Gary Vaynerchuk is Gary Vaynerchuk. So again, the only one who branded, the business himself. And what's interesting as well, I was looking into when I was thinking about, personal brand versus business brand, is so many people say that you wouldn't be able to sell your brand if you had a personal brand. And yet, Walt Disney is an eminently saleable asset. There's an ironmongery company in the UK called Robert Deiss, which was started by a guy called Robert Deiss. That's been sold X number of times over. Bacardi, the guy that started Bacardi, was Bacardi. Nestle was Nestle. Ford, look at Ford. So all of those companies, their names have... So that's rubbish as well, that you can't eventually sell your name if you brand your business so. But the key things for me about the difference between a personal brand and a business brand is really about how it resonates with you, because you really can do anything. There's no reason why a business called Lauren Clement couldn't in 100 years be Clement Branding Inc. Yeah? And there's no reason why Joe Barnes couldn't be Joe Barnes International, yeah? Or something like that, like Tony Robbins International. I'm sure that will be saleable in years to come. Or we can brand it a different name, and, there's no reason why we can't grow that into a huge brand as well. So there's nothing stopping us with either. Yeah, we can do either. So for me, whether you choose a personal or a business brand, it's really much more down to your objectives, your goals, and how it sits with you. What say you, Lauren Clement, personal branding expert?
I love it. And what I love mostly is that you've actually gone through that process yourself, and you've experienced what it's like to either have to live your brand name or create a business that's not about you, and the difference in how it made you feel, which is really awesome. I agree with you. It's interesting, actually. Walt Disney, it was his birthday just the other day. And so you're looking at a brand that's been around for, I think it was 117 years since he was born, and 100 years since we first got introduced to Mickey Mouse. By the end of his brand, when he had created this amazing brand, which is about wholesomeness and family and values and so on, he actually said to somebody, the trouble is the Walt Disney brand doesn't reflect the Walt Disney person. If I was Walt Disney now, based on the brand I've built, I wouldn't smoke and I wouldn't drink. And yet Walt Disney, the man, did both.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting, isn't it? That, yes, I agree. People do use their own brand name. Trump, there you go, Coco Chanel and so on. They're all out there. The interesting thing is that those names, Walt Disney is still a brand many years after he's no longer here with us.
Yeah.
And there's images of him and the way he speaks. And we can, as kids, I remember watching Walt Disney, and where he would come on and he'd be introducing the stories and so on. Yes, the likes of Gary Vaynerchuk, same thing. Massive brand, especially for young people. But he's also got a company named after himself, VaynerMedia.
Yeah.
But that's a brand which, two things. One, you've got to have a pretty cool name, I believe, for it to happen. Yeah. Jack Schlong, whatever, I don't know. You couldn't, unless it was sex toys or something, but you need to be really cautious with what your name actually is. There's actually a woman I work with, her surname is Brand. And I mean, if I could have had her surname, then perfect, But so that's one thing. But people don't think of the person, Coco Chanel, Ferrari, they don't think of the person who first came up with it.
Yeah.
Like I say, they don't drink Bacardi because they know the Bacardi family. They drink it because they know of it as a brand name.
Yeah.
So the business brand takes a completely different entity to the person who first founded it. And yes, people drive Fords and don't think every day they're driving in a Henry Ford. They're driving a Ford. Ford actually stands for Fix or Repair Daily, by the way, which is interesting. But the reason I believe that you're far better off to think about right now, today's day and age, and it's different today because we can't wait. We can't wait for 100 years for our brand name to be on everybody's lips.
And not only that, loyalty these days is different. Loyalty to brands is very different now. So, 100-year-old businesses could be, I don't know because I don't have a crystal ball, but 100-year-old businesses could be a thing of the past because loyalty is different. Micro brands are growing. There's so many more opportunities for smaller brands and people to come up and create their own businesses and start their own. And they don't even need to capture 100% of the market anymore. They don't need that. They can capture 10% of the market because it's a global marketplace now as opposed to the marketplace in your local area. You only need to capture a few percent of the market and you can have an amazing business just with a tiny percent of your marketplace.
Absolutely. Today's world is so much more fractured than it used to be. Remember the Beatles and the Rolling Stones? They were worldwide successes. Now there are bands that are worldwide successes from China and we've never even heard of them.
Yeah.
So, it's much more, and things like you used the word just now, crystal ball. If we all had a crystal ball, that would be awesome. But who would have known 5-10 years ago that the Trump brand, which was previously put on a pedestal in terms of being an entrepreneur and, wealthy and all those sorts of things, now is a completely different attitude towards that brand.
Yeah.
Because of what's happened. Yeah. If we could all go and get a time machine and go into the future and look back on what's going to happen with our brand, awesome. I wouldn't have called my business the ultimate business propeller for a start. A, it's long, and B, I can't even spell the thing. I'm blooming dyslexic. It's ridiculous. I should have chosen a little 4-letter word for my brand. Yeah. But you can't do that. You've got to start somewhere. And the big thing I think that has got to come across, Joe, is there is no such thing as perfect. Yeah. People mostly today use their name for their brand name because it's easy. Because, hey, I'll just do it, no problems. It's harder to trademark. It's harder to be the only one. It's certainly harder to leverage parts of your expertise if they always expect you to show up. Yeah. Whereas now, Joe, your online lifestyle business or your lifestyle business brand that you're creating, you can now use examples of other people that you've helped. Yeah. They don't expect to see you. Yeah. You can write books about how to start things up online or offline or travelling the world, or you can extend it. There's way more leverage that way than, hey, it's Joe Barnes Online. Joe Barnes Online is this little wee box that you're in. Yeah, exactly. Lifestyle business, massive.
The funny thing was, though, is I started Joe Barnes Online because I felt I kept boxing myself into a corner with my previous brand. So I started as free fan page templates. You can't get much more boxed into a corner than that. And then I went to the Social Networking Academy and realised that actually I didn't just want to talk about social networking. So then I started Online Marketing Addicts, but then I just didn't like that. I felt that sounded too scammy, too spammy. I just didn't like the brand at all for Online Marketing Addicts in the end. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go with my name, because I can't make a decision and I can't decide what I want and I can't figure out where. So I'm just going to go with Joe Barnes because it's easy, it's simple, and you know what? It did me well. It's done me fine. All those different brands along the years, I've created a phenomenal lifestyle business. So, one of the things I would say is if you can't make up your mind, just go with whatever's on your mind right now. And unless you're going to attract a gazillion people, unless you're an Apple and within a few years you're going to have a gazillion followers, it really doesn't matter if that somewhere down the line you think, you know what, I'm going to rebrand. I don't like it. I'm going to rebrand, and you might get a little bit of a drop off, but you're going to very quickly build that back up. So to finally find a name that says what I do on the tin, which is Your Lifestyle Business, you know, I'm so over the moon to have found that, and for me, I don't think in the last, what are we now, 8 years in, that I have ever felt so incredibly comfortable and excited about where I want to go with it, because it really is. Myself and my partner, myself and Rhett, we have built a lifestyle business. That's exactly what we've done over the years. You know, we're never going to have an Apple. We're never going to be Richard Branson. We're never going to, and nor would we want to be, because we like going down the beach. We like our days off. We enjoy our exercise time. We enjoy our sitting by the swimming pool in the afternoon. So we have built for ourselves a true lifestyle business. And I just want to help people. You know, Lauren, I've been saying this to you for years. I just want to help people be able to build their own. And I think lifestyle was the word that I was always missing. Yeah. Online business, action takers, blah, 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 blah. And I think where it really came in was when I said, you know what, no, I just want to teach people a bit of lifestyle, a business that they can run from their home, from a passion, from whatever. They can create a little micro brand. They can go out and get their little part of the market, and it's going to give them enough money to be able to live life by their own design. You know, and that's it.
Absolutely. And I love lifestyle, because lifestyle could be, I just want to spend more time with my grandchildren.
Yeah.
Or I want to travel the world. Or I want to just have, my lifestyle is to be able to go sailing every Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
You know, so and people can create the lifestyle that they want. Yes. And I think the nice thing, Joe, is your timing. Your timing is perfect, because our previous idea of what a job was or what employment was is just so different to what it used to be. And the future, God, we look at our kids and you think the world they're going to grow up in and what it's going to be like and how they make money and how they survive, and even their approach to money is going to be so different to how ours was. And there's no such thing as that 40-year career with a gold watch anymore. It just doesn't. And why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah, no, exactly. So we're going to have to run because of time, but what would a gem of wisdom be from Lauren Clement from the Ultimate Business Propeller to anybody watching this who are currently thinking of how to brand themselves, brand their business? You know, they're going to go out there and create a small business, a micro brand, a lifestyle business. They might be somebody who makes jewelry for a living. They might be somebody who creates art for a living. They might be somebody who's a health and fitness coach. They might be somebody who wants to train people who surf. You know, there might be somebody who runs Facebook ads and wants to become a Facebook ad specialist. You know, but it's a business that is going to support their lifestyle, and they're currently thinking, gosh, I need a decent brand. I need to be able to get out there. I need to be unique, blah, blah, blah. And they're going through all this in their mind. What would be a gem of wisdom from you to those people listening today?
The number one thing to do if you're really struggling with this, and I love the question, is what's the legacy you want to leave? If you can think about that, way beyond you being here on this mortal coil. Walt Disney, even though, yes, he smoked and he drank, and in the end he didn't actually live his brand, he still had the same core passion to create wholesome entertainment for families. Vaynerchuk is the same. He just wants to positively impact young people to go out there and hustle and get what they want out of life and not make excuses. So Richard Branson is the same. They all have this inbuilt core message and passion that they have for their life, that long after they've done what they need to do to create a brand, that brand lives on after them. So if you're really struggling with this, what do I do? How do I name myself? How do I position myself? Don't think about just what's happening right now. It's going to be long term. Everybody expects overnight success. It doesn't happen, does not exist. It's going to take years. So what's the legacy that you want your brand to have on the world? Yeah. And if you can figure that out, it will help you define what your brand is today, because you'll be setting it up today for what it's going to be doing in 10, 20, 30 years' time.
Yeah, now. You're so right there. I just want to add to that. For me, it was finally figuring out who I really wanted to impact. I think that's what then gave me the idea for where I wanted to go with my brand. Once I figured out that I wanted to teach people, particularly, sorry guys, but particularly girls, particularly women who have reached a certain age and haven't felt brave enough or courageous enough to go and grab life and get out there and do their thing. You know, I suddenly thought, gosh, you know, I need to be able to show these ladies that you can be brave and you can be courageous and you can build a lifestyle business and you can go and live your dreams, you know, and you can go and travel the world and do whatever you want, yeah, no matter what your situation. So once I figured that out and I realised that really my core thing, and this is the beautiful thing, for years as well, I haven't been able to put my business into a sentence. And now I can write so easily, I want to show people how to build a lifestyle business so that they can live life by their own design. Bang! I mean, it's so fast, it's so quick, it's so easy. I haven't been able to do that for years. So the minute I decided this is what I want to do, I want to help people build a lifestyle business so that they can live life by their own design, so they can have freedom, so they can just choose, you know, what they want to do. The minute I decided that then really gave me the key for my brand. So I think it's really knowing who you want to impact. And a quick story about Disney before we go. I was listening to this on a podcast the other day. I can't remember the guy that's told the story, and I haven't been able to independently verify it, but I was listening to this story, and he was saying that Roy Disney, who was the brother of Walt Disney, was the money man. Yeah, and that basically they had a situation at one point where they'd run out of money, and you know the Disney parks were mid being built, and they desperately needed cash, and they needed an injection of cash, and they were offered cash from a liquor company, and all the liquor company wanted to do was to be able to set up like a booth or whatever inside of the park and advertise their product. And they're desperate for cash, and the guy comes to Roy and says, I'm going to solve all your problems, here's your money, and Roy says, no thank you. In the split of a second, no thanks, we don't want it. Why? Because his core values were so strong. He knew what the brand was, he knew what they were creating, he knew what Walt wanted, and there was no way that a liquor booth inside for all the money in China was going to make it into the Walt Disney brand, because their core values were so strong. So it's it's about really what you just said there. It's about knowing your values, knowing who you are, knowing what you want to do, and what your legacy is with your business on this world.
Absolutely. It's all about passion. People, true entrepreneurs, start businesses because they see a problem that they want to solve. They want to help people.
Yeah.
They don't do it because of the money. The money comes because they do something to help other people. And it's interesting, I said the other day, it's actually a meme I've used, I must send it to you. Your purpose and your passion will see you through the stuff-ups and the shitstorms.
Yeah.
You know, and it will. No matter what happens in your life or in your business, if you've got purpose and passion for what you're doing, and it's at the core of everything you do, whatever happens, it won't matter, because you'll see it through, because you're so determined for it to make it happen.
Yeah. What a great way to end. You're so determined to make it happen.
Make it happen.
So there you have it. That was a good old discussion between Lauren and myself. I hope it all made sense to you. I think really the key is that there is no right or wrong. It really is about what resonates with you, what are you comfortable with, what works for you, what fits and sits comfortably, where you wake up in the morning, you feel excited and you know that that's definitely the direction you want to go in. And I think my big takeaway would be, don't take it too seriously, you know. Just go with whatever you can think of right now that's going to not put any barriers in front of you actually launching your business. Just get it off the ground, go with it, knowing that you know, if you want to in the future, you can change it. All right, there are no hard, fast, steadfast rules that say you can't. So don't let anything stand in your way. Get out there and start your lifestyle business today. As always, live life on purpose, and of course, make it happen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week.